today I'm going to work on the materials for the carcass. I've got the two, the top and bottom. So I'm going to need the side, I'm going to need this side and the back here. So there's 3 pieces of timber we're going to need to cut today. Then we might start on the, we'll start on the Kreg. And we'll put that together and yeah. And then we'll start putting the sides on. And then we're ready to put the Dun & Watson draw slides on. So that's going to be interesting. I need to go uptown and get the screws for that. I've worked out I'm going to need 40 wood screws for that. So as far as something I'll go do tomorrow, I'll go to Bunnings and look for the wood screws for that. And then we need to make sure we got it perfectly level. So these particular drawers too, I should mention, is most of the drawers you can actually block a click and they'll come out and you can pull the whole drawer and take it out of inside the drawer slides. These ones you can't because they're heavy duty. I mean, it's designed that can carry 227 kilos, guys. Way stronger than I ever will need. But the reason I had to go for them is that they were the only ones I could get that were 15-24 long, full length. Because remember, part of the requirement for these drawers is that I want to put them out all the way out. Not have it come out 75-80% of the way out. And then you've got to dig down underneath to get stuff. Most of them out there. It's the fact that you can only put them out that far. So, and I didn't want that. Guys, I didn't want that. So, I wanted definitely the full length drawers and they had to be lockable. And they were the only ones I could get. And unfortunately they're pretty big. Now they're rated at 227 kilos, but when you pull them all the way out, because remember these drawers, these are going to come out 1.5 meters out. So when you got them full length out, the ratings then drops down, but it's still 150 kilos. So guys, in theory, I'd be able to stand, I'd be able to pull those drawers out, all the way out, sit on the end of it, stand there, and it won't break. I'd puff on my timber. I don't know about my timber, whether it'll be strong enough for mine. It's going to have 40 screws in there, so probably will. I'm never going to try it though. I'm not going to try it. But would be an interesting test to do, is to stand on the drawers. Imagine that when I'm finished, just stand there in the drawers. It'll make some awesome footage, particularly if they break. But I'm not taking that chance. So guys, so I'm going to work out how high I'm going to make these drawers now. And then we're going to start cutting these pieces. Shouldn't take too long. Once I set the measurement on this, just run a straight line down on that, take about 1 centimeter off on the end, and then do that to 2 pieces, and then work out the measurement I need at the back for that piece to fit in, cut that in, and then that's all the cutting for today. Decided I'm going to make them 27 centimeters high. I wasn't sure. Originally I was planning on 25 because it needs to be at least 25 to clear the wheel arch inside the cabin, the back cabin of my Pajero. Then I thought 30 centimeters, but then that's a foot. That's a fair bit. So I don't really want to limit what else I can carry inside the vehicle as such. So I thought, tossing between 25, 30, 25, 30. So I thought, what the heck, let's go halfway. So let's do 27. So it's going to be total height 27. That'll give me a draw height, internally inside the vehicle, a draw height of 23 centimeters. And I think that that's going to be more than enough, because remember, I didn't want it too deep where you had to start digging into stuff to get to stuff on the bottom. And if I make like a cutlery drawer, I can stick that to about I reckon I only need 8 or 9 centimeters, so that's still going to leave some odd, 13 or 14 centimeters to store stuff underneath. So in that situation, then I can have my herb jars, etc., stuff like that, the tins in that. So hopefully I'm not going to regret this decision. And imagine if I go to 30, then it's going to be fairly high up, and by the time I put a stove and a pot up, you'll be out like this cooking. So we're going to stoke in the middle. We're going to go 27. So I'm sure it's going to be fine. Now let's start cutting. It's going to be 27 high. So what I'll have to do now is deduct the thickness of those top and bottom panels, which is 15mm ply, so it's 30mm. So it's 270. We've got to take 30 off that. So 240. I hope my maths is correct. So I've got this set on 24 centimeters. So we're going to do a nice straight cut here. We hope as straight as possible anyway. I thought I had it strapped to the table. First boo-boo in a while. I don't see there's any chips on this. There's no damage on here. So let's get the lie detector out. 24. Wow, 24. 24. Wow, guys. Can't believe how accurate that thing is. Let's see how they mat up against here. So that's going to go like so. Perfect. So let's cut one more piece now. Try not to do the same stuff up this time. Right, let's cut the next one out, shall we? That's better, didn't fall this time. Slide detector. Now, one more piece I want to cut. That's the piece that go on the end. So it's going to be on the inside. So basically that's going to go there. And that's going to go there. And then we'll have the other timber on the front here. That's looking pretty good actually, quite happy with that. Which is then going to, so virtually we know these are 15 mils. So we need a piece, it's 240, so 240 by, and now the height. So the height, well height would be the same as this, won't it? So there's no point measuring that. A timber I purchased this morning, I bought another sheet and I've still got all this left over from that sheet, so we're not going to use it the whole lot. But it's a much lighter timber than the one I initially started off with. This one, for example, you can fill this one and then pick up this, how much lighter that is. I wish I initially knew that they had this light one in stock beforehand. I would have built the whole lot out of this light timber. But that's okay. I mean, it's probably got what, 4 or 5 kilos difference, if that. It's not going to matter anyway. The big thing is the weight. Is those Dunn & Watson draw slides. Wow, guys, surprised how heavy they are. So I should get them on the scales when we go to fit them in, which will probably be starting on that in the next video. We'll be doing the Kreg. So what we'll have to do is do basically one side on. I'll be attaching one side on with the Kreg to the base. And then we'll have to put the draw slide in. And then we'll attach the other side, the Kreg, and then put the draw slide in, and then fit the backing in. It should be really easy with the Kreg kit. And then what we'll do then is then put the top down on the top, and then that's ready to then be mounted inside the vehicle. Then we'll mount it in the vehicle. But before we do that, I'm going to put a clear, nice glossy lacquer over the whole top. Except maybe from the top. On the top, I might put carpet down, or if not carpet, some form of thin rubber. Wouldn't mind even using rubber. But then rubber with the heat up here can break down and it can go sticky with time, so I think we'll probably put carpet. Now I've got some carpet offcuts over there. They're not to the right length, but I can just join them up. So, and I only need this bit here, and then probably the bit later on will make the bit that goes on the side here that covers the wheel arch. So first though, we're going to make these drawers. So that's the plan, guys. So now, I suppose we will now cut a strip here. What can we use? We might use this timber here, I think, for the end. I don't know which one's got the straightest cut along the edge here. This one here. I wouldn't mind saving this one because it's a really nice timber on the top. So this one here, I might save that as part of a table on the top. So you'll see what I mean when I start putting it together. hope I didn't go a bit wonky at the end there, didn't have enough support on that. 24.1. 24.1, okay, so that's good. Now we need the width. So it's 34. 34. This will be the last cut we need to do for the carcass. Looks pretty good when I line it up over here. Hopefully you enjoyed that. We've completed the cutting for the carcass of the drawer. Has been finished, so I'm quite happy about that. All we got left to do then is, once we put this part together, is then cut the drawer itself. So we only got the bottom piece of that, which is that piece over there, needs to be cut up, and then the two sides and the end, which I'll grab out of these. And I've got these extra pieces I can start using to incorporate into the kitchen, such as a tabletop, etc., to sit on the top. So, but that we can plan on when we get to that stage. But for now, I've got all the pieces all ready to go there. So what I'm going to do a mock setup, and I'm going to set it up in here and see how it looks